I want to show things maybe that other people don't see. Sometimes I think I'm not that talented. I just have a lot of chance.
Street Unplugged by the Street Photo Collective Luxembourg.
Hello everybody, my name is Paulo Lobo. Welcome to the second episode of our Street Unplugged podcast. I'm really happy to be with you again. We are at the same place in the Bonaveja Stuf, in this very nice atmosphere of a cafe with lots of people around us. So that's the atmosphere we love. And I'm very happy now that for the second guest we have with us Lambert. I don't know how you pronunciate Lambert in English. Probably
Lambert.
Lambert. Lambert. So I'm happy to be with you, Liz. Welcome.
Thank you, Paolo. I'm also very happy to be here today.
Okay, it will be really a real pleasure to discuss with you about photography because I can say that I really admire what you do. So, I also admire what Mark did. Yeah. So I think this will come each time. But really, what you do is very, very special, and I'm look forward to hearing you about this approach that you have towards photography. So, Liz, you are a member of Street Photography Collective. So actually, we could say we are comrades.
Exactly,
we
yes.
are not. We don't know each other that long time, but
no.
we worked within the same team. Mm-hmm. That's important. I'm happy to have you with us because, as I said previously, your photography is very, very peculiar. I must say it surprises me each time I see one of your posts. Really, it's something unexpected, it's something original. And we are very interested to know a little bit more about your philosophy and your approach. So, but first of all, maybe we start with the introductions, you know? Mm-hmm. So who are you? Who are you and how did you come to photography?
Okay, so I'm Liz. I'm 29 years old. I think I'm the youngest member of the Street Photography Collective. I was born in Luxembourg. I grew up in the north of Luxembourg, really on the countryside in a very, very small village. Then I lived abroad for 7 years. I studied the study of religion. And I think that kind of also has an impact on my view of the world and also on my photography. Now I live in Luxembourg City, actually very close to the cafe we are.
Okay.
And yes.
Good. When did you start taking pictures? At an early age, or did that arrive a little bit later?
I can't really tell when it started. I just remember that I took a lot of pictures when I was a teenager, maybe 40, 50 years old. I was walking through the streets of my village, taking pictures of old houses, farmers, and also trash. Already then I took pictures of trash.
Okay.
And then I started taking a lot of pictures of myself. Also when I was 16, 17. Really, that was the thing I did the most. And then at some point I stopped. I don't know why. I just stopped for a few years. And then when I went to Tel Aviv, or let's say to Israel and Palestine for the first time in 2018, I had like an awakening or something. I was like, the passion for photography just came back. And since then I'm taking pictures all the time. And I also think that the pandemic influences this whole thing also, because during the time I was a lot alone because I live alone, and it was kind of a ritual to go outside every day, walking through the streets, take pictures, and I think that was when I really got into street photography. Also.
At the beginning, when you started, you told me that you started when you were a teenager. Mm-hmm. So I guess that was 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah.
There still were no social networks, maybe not no iPhones. I don't know. Did you work with iPhone already, or did you use a
No,
camera?
I had a camera, but I can't tell you which one because I was never interested in technique.
Okay.
So I just took whatever I had. But I posted already a lot on Facebook, and during that time it was like kind of usual for teenagers to have a website. Everyone had a website, and so they also posted a lot of pictures. So that was
Okay.
already then. Yeah, I always had to share my pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we today find these pictures still, or in some place, or
no, I don't think so.
not
I don't
anymore?
know. I don't think that these websites still exist.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Maybe they are somewhere
Maybe they are
in
somewhere.
the World Wide Web.
You know, in internet world,
Yeah.
nothing gets lost.
Exactly.
We are haunted by the picture still we die.
Yeah.
The picture we publish.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
How specifically did you get into street photography? Because now you are a member of the collective. Okay. I understand that you had an interest towards photography that was very personal, very subjective. But now you are in the collective, so
Yeah.
you are actually member of our team. So street photography, what does it mean to you?
Actually, it was never my goal to do street photography. It just happened somehow. I ended there, or not ended there because I still do also a lot of other kind of photography. But as I told you, I think just when I walk outside, when I discover the world, I just take pictures of whatever I see, and somehow this fits into the philosophy of street photography. It's not that I'm like, oh, I want to do street photography now. Sure, the moment I was asked to join the collective and so on, I started to put more interest into it and to look also what other street photographers do, and I saw some parallels, and also this influenced me and my work. But it was never that I was reading or I don't know, informed myself about street photography and then try to fit into that category.
So it's the other way around, actually.
Yeah,
you were doing
somehow.
photography, the
Yeah.
photography you liked,
Yeah.
and then the collective asks you, maybe
Yeah.
you want to join
Yeah,
us
exactly.
because we love your photography.
Yeah.
And actually, you didn't really change your way of photographing.
I think I'm always changing a bit. Also, right now I see a change in what I do. But I just, street photography somehow it fits into the way I see the world, into the way I'm also in what I'm interested to see in the world. And yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about more specifically. Yes, what you post in your Instagram account. That's the place where I follow you. I follow you since some time already, and it's very strange because you are not only publishing one picture or two pictures. You are publishing kind of series of pictures, and not only pictures. In between some videos, so you mix video and pictures.
Yeah.
So that's already some very interesting approach. But not only that, you also mix, pictures taken in the urban space and pictures out of your intimate sphere. You actually make lots of self-portraits in your intimacy, and you mix this everything. And then you've got a series, and what's really astounding is the logic within the series. So I really admire that. But was this way of doing things always there, or did that develop lastly in the last times?
Developed without me even recognizing it. At some point, I was very insecure. I saw that I take pictures in the street, I take pictures when I'm at home at my parents' on the countryside, I take pictures at home, I take pictures of myself. And then I thought that I have to separate them and to do like maybe one channel on Instagram for this, one for this. And then I was like, no, because all of this is me and I don't want to do a separation of all this. And then I just when I look through my pictures, I have so many pictures. Like my phone is, I'm waiting for the moment that it's just that it's saying no, it's too much. But so I just scroll through my pictures, and then sometimes I see pictures that, for me, when I put them together, they tell some kind of story, and that sometimes it comes just very like out of coincidence or out of it's very spontaneous.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say that my concept is always coming after I take the pictures.
Okay, so I understand. So you are not taking pictures, telling yourself, okay, this will be part of my story.
No.
So this is the story I want to tell, and I take pictures that will tell this story.
No.
But you take pictures spontaneously,
Yeah, exactly.
and afterwards you find the link
Yeah.
between the pictures and the videos.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I see. So that's really very interesting, because we are grabbed by your logical, and it's a pure visual logic. So we actually don't need to look at the caption
Yeah.
to understand the emotion or the feeling or the idea you want to convey us.
But I'm also very happy that I don't need, or it's my goal that I don't need a caption, because sometimes I try to write something, I try to explain what my idea was or so, and I always see at some point that it just doesn't work. When I try to put words on that, it never feels right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
Words will limit
know. Yeah.
maybe the expression of your series, because words give a meaning,
Yeah,
a
maybe.
direction.
Yeah, and I also want to keep space for subjective interpretation, I guess.
Yeah.
And also, for me, it's harder to find words. Also, I'm not
Okay.
so good with words. It's
Okay.
I communicate with
But
pictures.
you have got the right balance for the moment. So I really encourage our people that are listening to the podcast, people that appreciate photography, people that want to discover something new, to have a look at your Instagram account. Maybe you can tell again your Instagram account, which is...
It's einfach Liz_Lambert.
Okay, have a look, and you will know what we are talking about. So let's go back to the moment when you are walking in the streets. What triggers you, the idea to shoot something? What is your the spark?
I think you said already that I take a lot of pictures with my phone. So I have my phone always with me, always in my hand. And whenever I see something, often these are people that are alone, or people that somehow just get my attention. I can't really tell what it is. Then I just have to wait a minute and take a picture of it, or take a video of it, because sometimes for me, taking videos is, I take videos when I think that the picture only doesn't represent the whole situation, the whole moment, the whole emotion that I see. So yeah.
Okay.
And it's just really spontaneous and very. I think I have a high sensitivity for my environment. Yeah. I'm more focused on my environment and surroundings than on myself, I think. And yeah, it's I'm just really aware of what is going on around me.
Okay. You are, as you say, very sensitive towards the environment, and you look. You really have eyes that look everything. I mean, when we see your pictures, you are curious about the way people move their hands, about the way they have their feet on the soil, the way they walk, the way they hand each other's hands, the colors, the little moments, and I can understand why you use iPhone. It's I guess to being discreet, not intrusive.
I don't know if that's. I mean, that's a plus of using the iPhone, but at first that wasn't my first idea behind using an iPhone. It's just that, like when I have the camera with me, it's always. I don't know. Then I feel some kind of pressure also to take pictures, and sometimes I have the impression I don't see anything. Then it's like I don't see anything. But when I'm just with my phone, there's no pressure, there's nothing, and then I start seeing things.
Okay.
And yeah.
That's very interesting.
And also because it's just always there, and you can take pictures very fast. You don't have to look about the technique, about the I don't know. It's just
It makes me think about, sometimes I say to myself, okay, now let's go and make some street photography. And then I go to the streets, okay, I have 1 hour. And then, as you say, I see nothing. And sometimes, just like that, okay, I'm at one moment at one place and I see things because they are spontaneous things,
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting feeling. But you also use camera, or you only?
I also.
Yes?
Yeah. But when I observe myself, I can tell that when I have my camera with me, it's most of the time when the weather is good, when there's sun outside, because otherwise, when there's no sun and nothing, I don't have the inspiration to do pictures with my camera, because then I don't know, I don't have the feeling. But I also see a big difference between the pictures I take with my camera and the pictures I take with my phone. Not only in terms of composition and colors or so, but also in terms of what is on the picture, what I see, what I want, which emotions you see, and so it's different. I think when I use the camera, it's more about composition, more about colors and shadows, a lot of shadows. And with the phone, it's just whatever is there.
The pictures from your intimate space, are they taken with the camera or with the iPhone?
It depends.
It depends. Also, in that case, you also mix.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always mix.
You love to mix, but ultimately you've got really a very coherent, harmonious portfolio.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't make a difference between the pictures I take with the camera or with the phone.
Okay.
It's just like I see, they fit together, and then I just put them together.
And it's very important what you do. You don't really say to us, this is iPhone, and this is camera, and this is this lens, and this is that. You are really only focused on what the image tells.
Because I think because I don't care about technique, because I have no idea about technique, and I'm not interested in it.
So you're a very interesting example of someone that came into photography without not caring too much about technique.
No.
Wow.
Sometimes I think that it would be good to get more knowledge about that, but I don't know.
Yeah, but maybe that would destroy your I don't know, your vision. Because it's very interesting, and this is very encouraging also to other people.
Exactly.
Some people think, okay, technique is that much complicated. I won't be able to learn it, but it's possible to express yourself using the basic tool like iPhone or a camera in automatic mode, and you can express yourself if you've got something really to say or to share, which is the case for you.
True.
So let's talk a little bit more about you, because we are curious to know what you do as work, and how does that fit into your photography?
Well, at the moment it's a bit hard to say what I work, because I'm in some kind of transition state. But as I said, I studied study of religion, or sociology of religion, and I started PhD in that field. But then, I think it was in November last year, so 4 or 5 months ago, I decided to quit, because I just realized that the academic world is not really my thing, and it's too abstract, too pointless somehow. Or for me, it felt pointless, and I didn't had the passion about that than I have about photography, for example. And so it was a hard decision, but it was a good decision. And now I'm a bit searching for what to do next. But as I said already at the beginning, my studies really influenced how I see the world. I think it made me more open, more sensitive for other topics, also for the topic of religion. I would say that some pictures, especially those that are show more intimacy or so, also reflects the subject of religion somehow. Never in a very explicitly way, more in an abstract way. But I like to play also with that. And
this notion of playing, you know, it's very present in your work because there is lots of humor,
Yeah.
lots of emotion, but lots of humor, and not, I would say, not irony, but really things that make us smile, you
Yeah.
know, little things that you can observe within our normal environment and that make us smile. Curious things, actually.
Makes me very happy to hear that.
Yeah, so you are not really in the way of Martin Parr, for example, who has a very critical eye on humanity. But you have a very, very, yes, human way of looking at things and at people also.
Yeah.
We don't see that many faces in your pictures, you know. We see lots of details, but we can really recognize the people that are there.
Yeah, and I think that there are even pictures without human beings on,
Yeah.
and still you see that there were humans, or that there is some connection to human being and to people.
You suggest the
Yeah.
presence of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
human beings.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what a famous French photographer said, Robert Doisneau? Maybe
No.
you've heard about him. He said that it's better to suggest than to show. In photography, it's better to suggest a few things
Yeah.
than to show them, to describe them. It's stronger. So you
Yeah.
are very suggestive in your pictures. Without showing things directly, you make us think about ideas, you
Yeah.
know, that
Yeah,
are in the drawers.
Yeah, I think that's an important point for me to get the people to some kind of reflection, to some kind of and also an own interpretation.
Yeah. It's a challenge. At the beginning, there were a few series that wow, we are in a cafe, people, so people are very happy and drinking beers, and that's why you hear this Lotta, and that's nice to be here. We are street photography, though we like urban vibrations. No, at the beginning, you know, when you are used to look at Instagram accounts and you look at the pictures a little bit quickly, too quickly. But in some series at the beginning, I really had to look at them twice or thrice, you know, in order to understand what was the point, what was the connection between the pictures.
Yeah.
And then at one moment I understood, well, no need to tell, you know, to things, but I really saw the emotion and the idea behind. And
So-
that was pleasant.
So you had to get to know
Your language.
My language, yeah,
Your
exactly.
language. Yeah. I had to learn your language, and then I understood it. Okay, and then I really recognize your style and your personality within each series that you publish. So that's a very strong thing, you know. That's what characterizes an author, an auteur.
Yeah.
Okay, so people forgive us about our English. My English, at least,
Mine
you know,
too.
we are not English speakers, but we do our best because we want everybody to understand what we are saying. Okay, what is actually the purpose of your photographic expression? You know, you publish pictures in Instagram, so you touch us with this emotion, with this expression, but do we have other objectives? I mean, exhibitions, books, projects.
There's nothing really concrete at the moment, but as I said, I'm in a state of decisions, and I realized that really photography is my big passion, and I get so much support during those last months that I think about getting more into that, to focus on my photography. So yeah, I would like to publish a book or some small kind of I don't know if it has to be a book, but something small, just to to have something. We have our exhibition of the Street Photography Collective in May, so I'm also very looking forward to this. I'm still thinking about my concept. Well, the concept is there, but finding pictures that really fit together is not always easy. These are my...
Because in the exhibition, I mean, you will play with printed units, and then the video.
That's all really hard, because not only that I can't show the videos, but also that I have to think about how I want to represent my pictures, also especially those I took with my phone, because well, obviously the quality is not as good as if you take it with a camera. But then I thought, yeah, maybe it's not about the quality, then it's just like that. Maybe you see pixels and then, yeah.
It's about emotion and expression.
Yeah,
and
exactly. But there's still the question on how I print it. If I print it more like a poster or something, or if I really frame it also and put it on some kind of altar.
Like
I don't know if it's that an English word, but
okay.
To put it on.
So we are keen, we are curious to discover that.
Me too.
It will be in May. So if people don't know, they will know now. It will be our festival from the 6th of May till the 9th of May in Rotonde. From the 5th of May till 9th of May. Thank you, Eric. Eric is our technical assistant and is making us signs in order that we tell correct things. So when you came to photography, it was a very intuitive way of learning and doing things. But did you also get interested to know about history of photography and big masters? Does that have an influence on what you do or not?
I have to admit that no, not really. No, I take a lot of inspiration on Instagram. I'm really an Instagram person. User, yeah. And and when you scroll through Instagram, you see so many things, so many nice things sometimes, but you don't always look on the name of the person who published it or so. So, yeah, sometimes I see pictures and I'm like, wow, that's awesome. But afterwards, I couldn't tell you who was the creator of
so
this.
So you're more grabbed by the expression itself, the picture itself. Okay.
I mean, there's one person, one artist I discovered 1 year ago or so, because people told me, "Oh, Liz, do you know him? Because his pictures, his art, really is quite similar to yours." And I was like, "No, I don't know him. It's a German actor, Lars Eidinger, and he's also doing a lot of pictures, also with the phone." And it's really, sometimes I'm perplexed and surprised how similar our world views or the view we have on the world are. It's really, it's
astonishing. But you didn't
it's
know him.
Almost creepy sometimes.
But you didn't know him.
No,
really
but
casual.
now that I know him and when I see his things, I guess it sometimes also inspires me or so. But yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the examples of pictures that you sent to me, because in order to prepare the podcast, we always ask our guests to send us a small portfolio. And this portfolio will be published in our Instagram account of the collective. I mean, it's street photo, Eric, street photo. Street photo looks. You will find it. We will, when we publish the podcast at the same time, we will publish the portfolio of Liz Lambert. And let's comment on some of these pictures. Of course, I understand that, as you told me before, what's important for you is the story that you tell afterwards.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, you have very individual pictures that individually are very strong. For example, this guy here with the banana and yellow stripes on the soil.
Yeah. Well, that's a picture I took with my phone. I think, you can see it. That was here in Luxembourg City. Actually, when I'm really honest, I don't even know if I saw these lines like this. That I saw that the banana, the yellow fits with the yellow of the street.
The yellow stripes on the soil.
Yeah, exactly. So that's actually a thing that happens often to me, that when I look at the pictures after I took them, I see things that I haven't realized during the moment I took them.
Because you are working intuitively.
Yeah.
You feel...
Actually, my first goal was to take a picture of this banana, of this in the hand, because I also really have a thing for hands. I mean, that's not a surprise. And...
it happened
Yeah.
that in the background
Yeah,
there was yellow.
I took these pictures 2 years ago, so I don't really remember, but yeah.
Yeah, this is very strong graphically and emotionally because you play with the red, the yellow color, and the banana and the boxes, and it's a very strong picture. And
Yeah.
sometimes, because this is a close-up, you are very close to the subject that you photographed. But the second picture we have here, it's called, I think, a boy.
Yeah.
Actually, you are really at a distance, and the boy is very, very small.
Yeah. But what I love about this picture is really the emotion it has. I think there's another picture coming afterwards with a girl that's quite
girl.
similar.
They go together, actually.
Yeah. That's my I want to put them in the series also. So it's just like we are living in a world that's so fast, and sometimes you see just people that sitting alone somewhere, dealing with their own problems, with their own fears, with I don't know what's going on inside them, and that just really, that just takes my attention. That really,
we
and
see
then I'm like, okay, I have to take a picture of it, also to show it to the world, to show the world. You see, you just crossed them and you didn't recognize, you didn't see them. So that's also a thing I want to do. I want to show things maybe that other people don't see. Yeah.
And what's interesting in these two pictures is that you don't need to get that close to the people.
No.
You are at a distance.
And I think that actually the point that I'm more far away makes it even stronger, because people, the boy and the girl, they look very small, and around them is the big world.
In a mineral world, actually,
Yeah.
because we are in the city,
Yeah.
and we are surrounded by minerals elements, and they look so that small, and also the attitude, loneliness, a little bit sad.
Yeah.
Okay, the fourth picture, it's a different style.
Yeah.
I must say, a beautiful picture,
Yeah.
black and white. A lady or a girl that you photographed behind the glass.
Yeah, that's also a picture I took with my phone. That was in Haifa in Israel. That was a picture that also came out very, very spontaneously. I just saw this woman or girl sitting on a bus station, and she was, for me, I saw so much beauty in this woman, also in her facial expression. And then it was raining, so you had the rain on the glass, and it's just, I was also surprised how it turned out. I think there's so much emotion in it, and at the same point, it's just so beautiful for me.
Yeah. No, this is a beautiful shot
yeah.
and a beautiful expression, and one of the most classical pictures in the series.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I said at the beginning. Sometimes for me, because I have a lot of insecurities, I'm always thinking that, maybe I'm not, that there's not enough coherency in my pictures and so on. But that's all me. Also this one.
It's all you.
Yeah.
The black and white, the color,
Yeah.
the getting close, the getting at a distance. It's all your way of looking at the world. Then we've got a small video, and this is beautiful. We see, I think, two we don't know. We only see the hands together, touching.
Yeah.
them.
I take the public transport every day, and as I said, I always have my phone. I'm always searching for things to take pictures of, and I'm trying to do pictures of my everyday life. And somehow taking pictures of hands in public transport, that just it's something now that I do every day. And what I love about this is how much emotions and feelings and admiring or affection, love you see in hands.
Tenderness.
Hands
It's
tell
lots
so
of tenderness.
much. Hands, they tell just so much, and it's.
This is something actually. Of course, the picture would tell a lot of things, but the video is even stronger.
Exactly, because with a photo you just see, one moment, 1 second, not even, and with a video you can tell more story. You can you get
with
even,
the hands, you
even
can
more attention to very small details, how people interact with each other. It's,
You've got the second video in that direction with the hands again, because each time it's a different story, a different emotion.
It's because every individual is different, and every relationship is different, and I think also I really also like the phone in that video, because the phone is something very our society is full with iPhones and phones or whatever, and it's a part of our life. So on the one hand you have the affection to another person, and on the other hand affection to your phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
This next picture, it's in Philharmonie, I think, in Kirchberg. And here you have got a beautiful capture of the lighting and the human person, the human being that's alone in this landscape.
That's a picture I took with my camera. I think it's great, obviously. And I love that one very much, because I remember the moment I took this picture. I saw this light. Really, I am every day on Kirchberg, like on this place. But this day, the light was just so
gorgeous.
Gorgeous. I really, when I tell about it, I get how do you say that? Goosebumps, because it was just magical. It was and so that's the thing. Also, light for me is
you really react to emotions, your own emotions towards people and landscapes and lighting.
I had tears in my eyes during that moment. Really.
Okay. Yes. Sometimes the lighting can make us cry. This is a beautiful shot. I guess. Let me see. Okay. This one is different. It's very graphical. It's play with reflections.
This picture shows very well the coincidence or the chance I have when I take pictures. Because, well, I took this picture last weekend when I was in Madrid, also with the camera. And actually, I always, I just wanted to take a picture of the reflection of the houses in the window. But then when I was at home looking at my pictures, I saw the faces in the other window. And I was like, that for me, this is street photography for me.
The magic of the moment.
And the chance
you've got
you
two windows
have.
And two different pictures within one.
Sometimes I think I'm not that talented. I just have a lot of chance.
When we look for this kind of picture, we don't find it.
No.
They come to us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes, this is absolutely incredible. You filmed a person in the urban space, and it looks like a marionette. It looks like a puppet. You filmed during a few seconds, and it's incredible. This, as it would be done on purpose.
Yeah. I remember I walked through the streets with a friend of mine. It was in Saarbrücken, and I just saw this man. It's an old man in the street, and he has his bag, and it was very windy, a lot of wind, and so it moved.
It moved.
And for me, that was so magical, because he is staying there, like totally straight without moving, and only his back is moving.
It's surrealistic.
And people are just surrounding him, and there's a lot going on, but he's just.
It's strange that in our real environment, we can have this kind of situations that look like a theater, like an actor staging something.
Yeah.
And it was really happening in the normal world, in the ordinary life.
Yeah.
So you make us look at these things.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I think it's the last one of the series. Yes. This is also a very interesting picture where you play with a plastic surface, I think.
Yeah. That was in Erfurt, I think. Also, I took that one also with the camera. And so, as I said already, I'm also really into shadows, like the shadow plays, and I like the minimalism of these pictures. You don't see, there's nothing you can really see. There's no face or you don't even really see a person. You only see their shadows.
Yes, the shadow and the light.
And the light, And I really liked. I like plastic. I also always like the reflection of light on plastic.
Materials,
And
you're very attentive to the sensuality of things. Sensuality of materials, sensuality of people, of the skin, and in that way, in that perspective, it's also normal that you put in your own pictures when you stage yourself at home at different places, because it's all about sensuality. I mean, do you know the song by Kate Bush, Sensual World.
Yeah.
So it's all about the sensual world.
Yeah.
It's within you and outside of you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that fits quite well.
Okay, so a little word to the collective, Street Photography Luxembourg. You really represent something different.
Yeah.
That's for us really so much a richness to have you with us, because you really give us ideas, and it's very interesting. But how do you feel to be with us, in this collective?
Yeah.
Because you've got a very individual approach to photography, but you are in a collective. So tell me a little bit about this.
Well, as I said, someone, I think it was Dirk, he asked me to apply for, to get a member. And the only thing I really can say is that since I joined the collective, I feel so much support because, as I said, I have a lot of insecurities. I always have the feeling that my pictures are, I don't know, they don't make sense or whatever. But then in this collective, I get so much support. People encourage me, and it's also so interesting for me to see all these different styles and to discuss on how we work and what is important to us, and so it really inspires me also. But on the same time, this kind of conversations and change of ideas, it also makes that I feel more, that I see more clearly what I do and how I'm different. And I think that's also very important to see what you are doing and what you are and what your work is. It's important
also to see what others do,
yeah,
which maybe you admire, but you can say, no, that's not me.
Yeah. But sometimes it's also hard for me, because sometimes I see other pictures, I like them very much, and they look more classical or more like, very beautiful, very perfect in some way, and I'm like, I have to do something similar, and then sometimes it can also.
That's the interchange, intercourse.
But that's normal.
You
that's
give,
good.
we give, we receive, you receive.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the way it works. So. That's the way culture works. We produce things, we express things, but we also are very interested to know about what other people see and think, and that's the way we work in the collective. Okay. Anyway, you can be sure that your expression, your artistic expression, is really good. We really admire it. And I'm pretty sure that the audience will also recognize that. Do you receive lots of feedback now from the audience, from the people that follow you?
So Instagram is my the channel I interact the most with person. So, and for me, I think I wouldn't take pictures if I couldn't share them with others. So this moment of sharing is very important to me. And sometimes and I think that is what makes me insecure, that I don't get so much feedback sometimes. Also not that much likes or so. And then it makes me a bit, insecure. And I'm like, wasn't this good or so? But then when I meet people in real life, or sometimes just out of the blue, someone writes me, someone who follows me since months but never liked anything, then they are like, oh, Liz, I love your pictures, your style, how you represent or how you show emotions, and that just, that's everything for me.
That encourages you.
That's just the best thing about it.
Good. No, you can be sure. You have to follow your way. You follow your intuition, and we are really very interested to see what comes next. A book, an exhibition, and keeping your eye and showing us the little things that make us happy and that makes the world a little bit, a beautiful place to live in, despite all the bad things that are happening all the time.
True.
So thank you for this conversation we had here. So it was a little bit chaotic this time. I think, the noise around us, it's a little bit hard. We are in a cafe and people are happy. That's a beautiful thing, but it's not always evident. But I think we made it, and it will be very interesting for our auditors also our audience to listen to. So thank you very much to being with us for this
Thank you.
second podcast. So we will have our festival in, as I said before, from the 5th till the 9th of May in Rotonde. Very soon it will be all announced in our different channels. So we will have also a special podcast before the festival to talk about the program. So stay tuned. And thank you very much for the attention. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Eric, for helping us on the technical level. Thank you also, Patrick, that was he was with us before. And thank you to the Bonnevischerstuf for this wonderful atmosphere.
Yeah.
And well, thank you all you nice followers, and see you very soon.